What is up, Transformer fans and geeks? This is Zagatron with another figure review, and today I'll be reviewing the Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron Rhinox. And Rhinox here is part of the third wave of Kingdom figures, and I am very happy to have this guy in my possession. As I was perusing through my local Target, and I see this guy, and oh my god, am I excited for this review. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at the packaging. And so there is Rhinox there in packaging. His name is Rhinox. There is an image of Rhinox in his rhinoceros alt mode. And there is another image of Rhinox in robot mode. He is a Voyager class. We have a Maximals logo off the top, Transformers War for Cybertron, and an awesome artwork here on the side of the box. And the back of the box, we have images of Rhinox in op mode and in robot mode, and he does transform in 35 steps. So that is it for the packaging. So let's free Rhinox from packaging and let's check him out. And here's Kingdom Rhinox out of packaging, and my initial first impressions on this guy. He looks fantastic. And let's take a closer look at him. And right up front, let's take a look at that awesome looking head sculpt. I am loving all this metallic gold details on him, right around his head, his chest, his crotch. Very nice looking figure. It's going around the back of the figure. Got that rhinoceros backpack of his. He looks great. Articulation for the figure. We've got head rotation. We've got 360 degrees at the shoulder. We've got 90 degrees at the elbow. We have no hand articulation due to transformation. We have waist rotation. We've got 90-degree bend at the knee. And we have an ankle rocker. Down to the weapons. He does come with these two discs, and I'm also loving all the gold, all the metallic gold detail on them. They look fantastic, and they have these plugs in the back, and you just have them hold them like this. They're rather stiff. So we just plug him into his hands. And you can raise him up, and you can have a look holding up his weapons. Very nice. And if you don't want him to hold his weapons, you could store them. These are very tight. Just store him right back here. He's got two ports back there, and you just plug him in back there on his back. And there you've got weapon storage for Rhinox. And last but not least, we have the random collector card. And I've got Megatron. Very cool. This is my second or third Megatron. And that's it. All right. Now that we've got through all that, let's get through to the transformation of Rhinox. All right, to begin transformation, first let's remove these weapons from the back. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to flip up his forearms here, and then we're going to flip these wrists in. Like that, very similar to Kingdom Cyclonus, this part right here. Flipping the wrist, hold it down, and then we're going to rotate the forearm. And we're gonna rotate like that. All right, the next thing we're going to do, we're gonna get this chest piece here, we're gonna fold it down. Like that. It has two tabs right here. It's tabbed right there. And then this piece here is a very neat trick. Folds it like that, and it goes right back in his chest like that. Then I'm gonna flip his head backwards like that. We're gonna get his backpack is on a double hinge. Just gonna fold everything up. So then these arms right here, we're gonna flip them forward, and then we're going to fold this part back by the shoulder. These are on a tight hinge, so we're gonna fold them back. Just make sure these are folded in like that, and then we're just going to pull in. I'm gonna push it in like that, make it easier on myself. Because for some reason my copy is very tight. So as you can see, you can pull the head in, and this piece goes in like that, and it folds down. The same thing on this side, we're going to push it in, goes inside by the head. But this is the tricky part because this is very tight. And there's not a lot of clearance with the rhino head in the way, so there we go. And then we'll fold it in like that. Make sure it's all in properly. This side is fine, this side is still halfway there. There we go. So now this whole part of the rhino is done for now. Now we're going down to the legs. And so here, we're going to get this part right here, and we're going to open it up like that. And then these little panels, we're going to fold them out like that. And we're going to fold out like that. And so then we're going to bend at the knee. And so then this piece inside is going to come out. Fold out like that. And fold out like that. So now these are his back legs. And so we're going to get this piece right here. And it's going to pull it out from the back, and then we're going to rotate it and then push out like that. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to rotate and then push out like that. So now he's got his back legs all done. So then we're going to get his feet. And for the feet, we're going to flip them up like that. And then we're gonna rotate them like that. And then we're gonna fold them back in. And they're supposed to tab. There's a tab on the side and there's a little tab right there. They're supposed to tab in right there. And so we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Rotate, and then fold in. And back to the camera, we're gonna tab it in. There's a tab on the side of the foot. Make sure it's all nice and tabulated already. So now we're starting to get an idea of how this guy is going to look. So now we need to get the feet, and they have to go into that little crevice area there, right in his back. So everything's going to fold in. I'm gonna fold everything in and make sure, I'm gonna line everything up to make sure that the feet land in that little crevice. As you can see, this guy's starting to come together nicely. So now the feet are in there. So now, these back legs, we're going to just fold them down. Like that. And the same thing on this side. You can see now we're getting Mr. Rhinox there. We're completing him, and this transformation, like I said, kudos to the engineers. They done a phenomenal job with this guy. We're hitting the home stretch here. So now we're going to get these back panels here. We're gonna open, and then they're gonna fold up like that. And then they tab in. There's a tab right there in the back. Just forms up his back. And so now everything should tab in, and then for the final piece, we're gonna open him up, and then these two tabs are going to open up like that. And everything is supposed to line up on the side like that. Just make sure we got it on the other side as well. These are on a hinge right here, so let me make sure we go. Everything falls into place like that. Everything's supposed to snap into place. Let's just finish up the top, and then everything will fall into place. So now we're going to tab in these pieces in the back. Oops. You can see his tail there. Everything's supposed to snap together. There's his back. There's the top end of the Rhino. Make sure all these little side tabs come in. I believe we're done. Maybe this top panel doesn't. There we go. All right. And I believe we are done. with Mr. Rhinox here. Let's make sure we tab in on the side here. And there is Rhinox in his alt mode. And it's a nice looking alt mode. Very nice. You don't see any robot junk hanging out, aside from these green panels here. But other than that, he looks fantastic. And if you want to store this in his beast mode, we could tab these discs together. Like so. And so we're going to go in between, and then these two little tabs right there. I did it backwards. Hold on. This is supposed to, the handle's supposed to be facing down. So, sorry, it goes like that. And then there's these two. I'm gonna tab this guy right there. It's gonna go right between his legs. And it's gonna tab open up the legs a little bit. That way it makes it easier for me. So it's gonna go right there. And then the other leg comes down. And there is weapon storage in his beast mode. And we're just gonna close him back up. Very cool. They covered all the bases with this guy, as far as weapon storage and all that. And now I'm having a hard time closing him back up. Start from here. All right. And the top as well. Oh, you get the idea. And articulation for the alt mode. Legs do move forward and back. You can move these in like that. Same thing with the back legs. There's not a whole lot of articulation with this alt mode, but other than that, I think it looks great. There isn't, you can't even tell this transforms into a robot. There isn't any robot junk just hanging out, aside from these back pads here, but that could be anything. And he has that these little green things here, but other than that, this guy looks great in his alt mode. And he does have an open mouth there, and they painted the tongue there, but the head just, not a whole lot of movement in the head. But this is an awesome looking alt mode, so I'm not really complaining with the lack of articulation with this guy. He does look fantastic. And for my final verdict on this figure, I really like this guy. I believe this is my favorite out of all the Beast Wars in the Kingdom line. This guy to me checks out all the boxes. He looks fantastic in his robot mode. I like his beast mode a lot too. There's no robot junk hanging out anywhere, so it hides everything pretty well. The engineering on this figure is great. They did an amazing job, so kudos to the engineers of this figure. The engineering in this figure is a little bit involved, but it's fun, and I highly recommend this guy. I got this guy at Target, so this guy should be hitting store shelves within the next few days. I mean, I got lucky, so good luck to anyone hunting this guy down, and he's also available wherever Transformers are sold online. So that's it for this review. Please make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment, make sure to share. And this is Zagatron signing out, and this is the Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron Rhinox video review. And thank you for watching.